hey gang, welcome back to another edition of the Forex Market Preview. My name is Jason Stapleton. If this is the first time that you're watching this, you don't know who I am, welcome. I'm really glad that you're here. I hope you enjoy this. And for all of you, I don't even know, we've got almost 40,000 people now who get this email or who have subscribed on YouTube, and a whole bunch of you who get this email sent to you every single week via email. So if for some reason you're on the YouTube page and you're constantly going back there to catch it, and you'd like to get the email as a reminder every week, just go to tradeempowered.com and sign up there to get on the email list, the Forex Market Preview list there. And I'll put a link for that underneath the video in YouTube today so you guys can easily go to the area where you can sign up for that. But I've got there's a huge storm. I'm recording this on a Saturday night. Huge storm blowing through Kansas right now, and so I'm hoping the power stays on, and we don't get things shut off around here because it's really rocking out there. So I apologize if you hear any thunder or any rain or anything in the background, but let's go ahead and let's just get right to it. I'm going to start with a couple of things today. For those of you who don't know what we do here every week, I basically run through a couple of trading ideas. I don't do everything. I don't always focus on the main currency pairs because I don't think that is always pertinent to the discussion. And so I try and find stuff that both I think provides good trading opportunities and is also going to give you some insight and some training into market movement and some ideas about system building and stuff like that. So we're going to start today with Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar just had a beautiful structure break here. So if you're looking at this, and I'm drawing this in for you guys, and this is one of the first things that we practice when I train traders is learning how to read structure. So as you can see here, we've had a nice little move down where the market has really created a double bottom here. And we won't get into all the down leg move, but I could draw that in too as well if we wanted to. But let's just start right here with the nice little double bottom. Then the market rallies up and we get a break above, close above the previous high here. Then the market pulls back. Where do we pull back to? Look left, structure leaves clues. Then we rally up. New structure high. The market makes a higher high and a higher close from the previous high. Then we pull back. Where do we pull back to? Look left. Structure leaves clues. Previous structure resistance becomes support. Then we try to get back up. We kind of retest the high, put in a little double top. Then we have a little shimmy and shake here where the market is signaling that it may be running into some consolidation. And then boom, we get a rally up again. Now we've gotten a pullback. Where did we pull back to? Look left, structure leaves clues. So now we're at a place on Aussie dollar where we could potentially see some trend continuation, at least back up into around 81.16s, and possibly a significant move higher above that. The next structure level looking left, if we're looking for resistance, is going to be here around 182.23s. So for those of you who are looking for an opportunity to maybe get on board a trend continuation move, for a move potentially up into 82.20s, this could be it. We're trading right now around 80.30s. So you're looking at roughly 200 pips, 190 pips of potential profit on a trade like this, assuming we open relatively close to where we closed. So keep an eye on that for a potential continuation of the move back up into previous structure here around 182.20s. The next one is Pound New Zealand. The other one we'll look at today. Same basic principle. We took a nosedive here, you can see, and we ran back down into this structure level here, but we really haven't come deep enough into the support level here. We still haven't retraced back down into that yet. So watch for a little push this next week down into around 207s. Now, if you wonder how do we take advantage of this, well, if I go back to Aussie dollar, right? So right now we're on the daily chart and we're taking a look at this Aussie dollar move that's come down into 82.30s or whatever. Now we know that activity is likely to occur around this area. I'm going to drop down to my hourly time frame, and this is where I'm going to start to look for my potential entry points. So maybe I get a double bottom here. Maybe I get some sort of where the market spikes down and then gets sucked back up again, giving me a nice doji candle or something along those lines. that would give me an indication that, yes, now is the right time to buy. So I use a combination of a higher time frame, what I call a higher time frame, and then a trading time frame on a lower time frame. And that's what you see us do really every day in the syndicate, is we're looking for areas where the market is likely to reverse, and we want to be trading, if we're using a trend continuation strategy, we want to try and be trading in the direction of the underlying trend. And so that's what we kind of look for each and every day. So pound New Zealand, back here again, if we go back to this chart, is going to be largely the same thing. We're going to look for a move back down into 207s, and then we're going to drop down onto our trading time frame, which would typically be the 1 hour time frame, and we're going to start looking for some sort of indication that the market is going to reverse or is going to continue back in the trend at that level. And if we find it and we get a good opportunity that's got good risk reward, that's going to be the trade that we want to look to take. But again, so we'll be watching for that into next week. The other thing I want to show you is gold. Gold had a really nice week this week. Nice little pop. We did close above the previous highest high by just a couple of ticks. And now we may get a retracement again back down into $1,214 and $1,214. But the market has already technically come back down into there. We may see it again, I don't know, but I would expect to see some continued upside here, at least in the short term, on gold. What's interesting is if I flop over to Bitcoin, not getting the same action out of Bitcoin. We did not see the same rally come out of Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is really setting up here, in my estimation, judging by what the chart is telling me, and naturally this I could be wrong on this, but the way the market is channeling upward gives me an indication that we may see this move back down into around 170s. And I think that's more than likely, because we've run back up in. You can see the highs right here. Look left. There's the structure support level. If you're going to look for a shorting opportunity here, stops need to go above the spike highs here at $263. And again, the move back down would be around 170 for a potential target on that, with a potential for some follow-on targets if we continue to decline. Now, one note of caution here. People who tend to be Bitcoin people tend to be fanatical about Bitcoin, and they just believe that Bitcoin is gonna do nothing but appreciate. And a lot of times that clouds everybody's judgment, whether you're talking about Bitcoin or euro dollar or whatever it is. If you allow your long-term opinion about a currency to affect your short-term decision-making, you're doomed for failure. You have to set aside what your overall overriding belief is about the value of a currency and what it's going to do long-term, and the destruction of the dollar is going to happen. Fiat currency is going to blow up, so Bitcoin can't do anything but go up. And then as it continues to decline and decline and decline, you can't understand why people are so stupid and they just don't get it, and why everybody just can't be as smart as you. And unfortunately, guys, when you trade like that, you're doomed for failure. You've got to take a look, and it doesn't matter whether it's Bitcoin or gold or the euro dollar or the pound yen, it doesn't matter. You have to look at each individual currency, and you have to say, what is the market telling me? The chart is the great equalizer. It is the thing that provides the same data to everyone. Everyone sees the same thing, as long as you know what to look for. And so we spend an incredible amount of time in teaching people how to read charts, so that when they look at a currency pair, they can tell what the market is saying about that pair. And they can begin to set up their strategies around things that are testable, verifiable, and repeatable. And if you get a trading strategy that is testable, verifiable, and repeatable, that shows a positive expectancy, that shows that over time it makes money, and you combine that with the discipline of coming into the market each and every day and setting aside your own personal beliefs and just trading what you see, now you've got a recipe for massive success. But it takes all three of those things. So as you go out this week, focus. Do I have a plan that's testable, verifiable, and repeatable? Have I done all of those things with my plan? Is my trading plan written down? Are the rules non-subjective? And then am I coming in every single day, and am I trading that plan with discipline? If any of those pieces are broken, that explains why you're not having the success that you want to have. And again, if you're confused about any of that and you want to know more about how to make all of that work, go to Trade Empowered. I'm not asking you to spend any money. We literally have 20 hours of free training. What most people what most people give you in half of $1,000 training course, you can have for free on our site. Just go there and watch the stuff. Start to learn and become more knowledgeable about structure analysis. Start learning about the trader mind map and how we lay things out and all of the important pieces that go into a professional trading strategy and trading professionally. All of those things are free on our site. Just go to tradeempowered.com and check them out. And then if you feel like taking the next step with me, please join me in the syndicate every day. Every morning I hold War Room, which is where I take you through the daily trades. Last week we had a really good week, not just in trading because we made about 150 pips or so, but also in the fact that we had Akil was losing money and I was making money, and we had a great dichotomy and some great lessons in there on following a trading plan, on using portfolios in your trading, on varying your strategy and using complementary strategies. Just a massive amount of information was passed during those live sessions, and they're just 10 to 20 minutes a day, which is easy for you to consume. And all the trades go out, and then you can follow along if you want to with everything that Akil and I are trading on a daily basis so that you can see a professional do it every single day. And so if you feel like doing that, please sign up. You can do so for $1. It's only $1 to come check it out for a whole month. And I do that because I know that if you come in for $1 and you see it for a whole month, you'll want to stay for a year. It really is that powerful. So check that out. If not, then great. Just go watch the free training, and I'll see you back here next week for another edition of the Forex Market Preview. Until then, guys, be safe and be good. I'll talk to you then.